Haripriya and I'm from SMK Taman Nusa Damai. I'm 17 this year and I am a Form 5 student. So today, I will be explaining about a book that I've read before, which is the Encyclopedia. Before I tell you the story about this book, let me introduce myself properly. I am a prefect at my school and I'm also in the SLB board, which is the Student Leadership Board, and also the DSLB board, which is the District Student Leadership Board. I'm also in the Malaysian Youth Council and I am a committee member, which is the Belia Negara Malaysia. I took part in many other English competitions before, such as drama, public speaking, and debate. And I always follow this important quote in my life: a book is a dream that you hold in your hands. Let me tell you about the dimensions of this book. The length is 15.5 centimeter, the width is 4.5 centimeter, and the height is 28.5 centimeter, which makes this book kind of big and really hard to carry. The moment I talked about encyclopedia, you guys all must be wondering, why is she reading encyclopedia? It's so boring. Actually, it's not boring because this book contains more than you think. For an example, when I told you encyclopedia had history, it didn't only have history. It also has other subjects such as biology, microbiology, geography, chemistry, and physics. For an example, take a look at this. It has the nervous system inside our bodies. How cool is that? So that's why I chose to read this book. So today I'm going to be explaining to you about the important, the most famous story I've read, which is the Napoleon story. Napoleon's full name is Napoleon Bonaparte. When he was 10 years old, he learned the Corsican and Italian language before he learned his own mother tongue language, which was the French. Napoleon was a French military and political leader. He rose to prominence during the war in 1815, which means he led a war with the British in 1815 and the years afterwards. During the French Revolution in 1789, he conquered most of the countries in Europe, and also he led the thing called coup d'etat in 1799, which overthrew the kingdom of France that ruled over France before this, and he introduced his own new kingdom to the people. Also led coup de Brumaire at the same year, and for the past 2 years of ahead. Now let's talk about revolution. What is revolution? Revolution is a 360-degree turn where someone starts a revolution and also they are forced to end the revolution. So that is where French Revolution began. Napoleon started his own French Revolution and he was the one who ended the revolution by his death. He also took part in the Versailles wartime. So this is the picture that shows it at the wartime. So now let's talk about what he did in Egypt. In 1798, he went to Egypt and led his army to steal the artifacts in the Egypt, because at that time British took over Egypt to keep their things from India at Egypt. The reason why he did that because he wanted to destroy the access of British towards India. And after that, in 1799, he went back to France because British destroyed his armies in Egypt. After that, when people started hating him in France, he decided to run away to a remote island called Elba. And there, he started to gain the people's trust by providing them with solutions and help in form of economics, the government issues, and education issues. So that's why the people at the island decided to trust him and to support him in order for him to become the next emperor of France. He gained the people's trust all over in France, including in the main city. So that's why in 1804, he suddenly became the emperor. Oh my god, that is a real surprise. I was surprised as well when I read this book. And after he became the emperor, he decided to emphasize on teenagers' education by providing them with quality education and building them new schools and giving them new books. The education emphasis is not for everyone, you know. It is only for the men in France. While the women, they did not get any emphasizing on education. And the Napoleon, he did not give many rights to the women in France. To be put in a small story, the women were treated as slaves in France because they are trusted to give birth to children and take care of them. They are not allowed to pursue their education and to go out and work for their own life. There are three main things that I've learned from reading this story. Number one, don't be greedy. Number two, be true to yourself and be honest. Number three, respect other people's culture. For an example, let's take Napoleon when he decided to steal the artifacts from Egypt. This shows that he's a greedy man, and also he decided to not respect their culture and to steal their things. It is a bad thing to do. And also he was not honest with the villagers in the island called Elba. He decided to cheat them in order to become the Emperor of France in 1804. Now I'm going to tell you a famous quote by Napoleon. Never interrupt your enemy when he makes a mistake. This will end up causing you more troubles. Alright, that's it for today, and I hope you guys definitely will read any book during this MCO period. I also started to read this book during MCO period, and it made my school holidays really great and interesting. So thank you everyone, and goodbye.